Welcome to episode number 2 of the Little Red and Medicated Moose Show.
I'm Little Red.
And I'm the Medicated Moose. We're husband and wife, singer, songwriters, and now podcasters, trying to make it through the 9-to-5 adult life. We're just trying to survive. Babe, are you ready for the DEUCE?
The DEUCE?
Yeah, DEUCE, like number 2. This is our second show, DEUCE.
Yeah, but it kind of sounds a little gross. I wouldn't really call our show the DEUCE.
Well, we're the shit. We are.
Oh.
Maybe we should go with the dose. Either way, Little Red and the Medicated Moose Show, the DEUCE.
Nice.
Let's get famous!
Why do you drink too much? Why do you smoke? When the dreams are made and the stars are chased seem so far away. Y'all don't get too long before we go. It's raising up, burning down. This mean old world just keeps spinning around and round and round and round and round and round and round.
We know you've all heard about the negative news in this world. It's all over the TV, the radio, and especially social media. There's always a new disease of the week, evil, and crime in the streets, and always bills to pay. If it bleeds, it leads. Here's some positive news stories that you probably didn't hear through all the static. I'm going to do my story on a gentleman by the name of Rob Nash. Several years ago, he received an urgent phone call from a high school principal. One of the school's students had killed herself, and in her suicide note revealed that she and a friend had the same suicide pact, but didn't mention any names. Nash, a popular Canadian musician, visited schools and performed his songs and shared stories about overcoming adversity. But now the school had asked him if he could address suicide directly. I know someone in this room is having these feelings, he said. He told the class that you're not alone. A girl approached him afterwards and handed him a folded piece of paper. It was her suicide note. She told him through tears that she had planned to kill herself that weekend. That's the moment that he realized that every school he visited, there could be a kid in the room with a similar note waiting for someone to reach out and give them a reason to live. Now suicide awareness is a cornerstone of his presentations. He shares the stories and stories of the other kids that he met who once wanted to take their own lives. Hundreds of them have come to him afterwards and reached into their backpacks, pockets, wallets, and handed him suicide notes that they had been carrying. It's their way of saying, I won't be needing this anymore. 120 names from those notes are tattooed down his right arm. Now when he does presentations, he can hold up his right arm and say, look, here's 120 kids who have had the same thoughts that you guys have, and they're still here today. Your life isn't over. There's still purpose for your life. We've all got our own stories. He told the students that he's had or heard voices in his head as well that were trying to take him out, but he as well is still here today. There's someone out there who needs your story. You're going to meet a kid someday going through the same thing, and you're going to recognize it, and you'll be able to be that kid's hero. I believe we have control over the direction we take in life. This is a subject that is very personal to me. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, people we thought we could trust took advantage of us. It's not okay, but I'm okay. In fact, I'm Okay was one of my favorite songs by Christina Aguilera. I remember locking myself in my room listening to it over and over again to remind myself that I wasn't the only one going through this. I didn't talk or open up to anybody because I felt they wouldn't understand or even care. I had tons of friends, but none of them who really knew what I was going through. I'd always hide it. I remember questioning why me, and if I had any purpose in this world. Music helped me get through growing up. I always loved to sing, and for some reason I was good at it. I believed I was given this gift to help people the way that Christina Aguilera helped me. I keep thinking how amazing my life is now and how stupid I was for even thinking about it. I can still see the ugly, but I surround myself with the beauty now. Things always get better within time. I absolutely love my life. I have an amazing husband, a great job, true friends, and a beautiful family. And I'm doing what I love to do most. I get to sing and play music. My life is 10 times better than I ever could imagine it would be, and I deserve every bit of it. Now, I know that I know that I went through those terrible things to make me stronger, to help us understand, and to help us learn from them. Find what you're good at and don't give up on it. We're given these gifts for a reason, even if we don't understand why we're given them in the first place. You just need to hang in there. Life's a journey.
Yeah, it really is, and it's an amazing thing that somebody's reaching out to these kids, letting them know that they're not aliens. There's nothing wrong with them for thinking that way, and there's a lot of amazing people that are so tortured by themselves and how they feel or what happened to them that they never get to do what they want to do in life, and it's amazing that you were able to. Our last positive news story comes out of an extremely negative event. The horrible actions of a person in Orlando have brought forth a few positive news stories from people breaking down barriers to help out their fellow man. The stories are short and simple, but their meaning is so much more. For example, people lining up for blocks waiting to donate blood for Orlando victims. Christians donating money to repair broken windows at a gay bar days after Orlando attacks. Muslim groups urging members to break their fasting to donate blood after the Orlando shootings. Orlando Chick-fil-A opens on a Sunday, which never happens, to make food for people waiting in line to donate blood for Orlando victims. You get the idea. My main point is these are people that have different ideals, backgrounds, and they have a real general dislike for each other. These people are coming together to help out fellow human beings, not really because they agree with everything that they do, but because it's the right thing to do. I don't have all the answers as far as making sure that this never happens again. More guns, less guns. Trust me, I'm not qualified to answer that for you. I just know that evil can never really win if people pull together like this. We need to stop looking at things that divide us. Republican, Democrat, gay, straight, pro-guns, anti-guns. Stop looking at the things that divide and look at the things that are similar. Nobody wants to be afraid. Everybody wants to be safe. I think that people have the ability to come together, talk, and compromise. Please turn off the TV and ignore the news that is trying to make you afraid of each other. All of you out there, and I mean all of you, even those with crazy opinions, or even those, and I'm going to use my F-bomb, even those that annoy the fuck out of me. Yeah, I use my F-bomb here. I won a show and I'm using it here. I love all of you, and none of you deserve to be afraid. Those are the news stories that should have made the headlines. Do you have a positive news story that we should talk about? Let us know by email. Our email is lrmmshow@gmail.com, or let us know on Facebook. We're facebook.com/lrmmshow, or on Twitter at lrmmshow.
To take precaution, it's getting harder. Why don't we learn to take precaution? It's getting hard.
Welcome to Little Red and the Medicated Moose's Acoustic Corner. This is where we learn and play some of our favorites and maybe some of yours. Probably mostly ours because we're jerks like that. This week we're playing Fire Away by Chris Stapleton, my favorite. If you guys listened to the last episode, you know. Here's a small clip of the song that you can find on our YouTube page. Our YouTube is called Little Red and the Medicated Moose Band, so listen in. Wow, that was pretty. We sound amazing, if I do say so myself. What do you think?
That's pretty good.
How good do you think I sound?
I think 1 to 10, I'd say a good solid 8.
A good solid 8, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here. I'm making sure
great.
I save that. I can loop you saying that I'm an 8.
Great.
But yeah, again, guys, find the whole thing on YouTube. Share it with your friends. Tell them how amazing we are, how sexy that I am, obviously. I'm going to be wearing my my red, white, and blue America flag suspenders because we're recording this on July 4th. That's why you might hear some booms and cracks and pows in the background. Check it out on YouTube, Little Red and the Medicated Moose Band. Make sure you request your favorite song by emailing us at lrmmshow@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/lrmmshow, or follow us on Twitter at lrmmshow. Let's move on.
things we love. This is where we share this is where we share anything that we found in this crazy world that we love.
Anything and everything that we love.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. So the first thing I would love to tell you guys about is one of my favorite bands. They're called the Wood Brothers. You know how much I love them.
Oh, yeah.
I first heard of these guys during a live broadcasted concert on television when I used to pay for TV. They came in live from a Colorado bar, and I was really amazed how amazing these guys were. I went out and bought all their CDs that they had, which was like 6, that very night. They have since released another record called Paradise. The more I learn about these guys, the more I like them, especially as a musician and a music fan. The name comes from the joining of two brothers, Chris and Oliver Wood. They're both amazing musicians. One's a bass player, one's a guitar player. They never played together before, but they finally were able to join forces. They traveled around playing in many different bands before, enjoying a little bit of success, but when they joined up together, it was the magic sauce, if you will. Magic sauce. I'm a huge fan of catchy melodies and great lyrics, so these guys instantly have me hooked. If you like those things, you will be hooked as well. They threw in a multi-instrumentalist, Jano Ricks. Hopefully I'm saying his first name right, but trust me, you need to see this guy play his own invention. It's called the shitar. It's really cool. It's like a percussive guitar. One of the coolest things I found out about them is that they're completely independent and extremely successful. They have no record label telling them where to play and how to play, and they go where they want, when they want, writing whatever they want, and they go completely all around the world. I follow them on Twitter, and they're all over the place. A few great songs to get you started. Check them out. The Luckiest Man. You Keep Me Around, which just happens to be my ringtone.
Oh, it's an awesome song.
Anytime somebody calls me, he goes, keep me around.
What's the sing song? All you got to do is sing.
All you got to do is sing. I think that one's just called Sing About Your Troubles, I think. That's a good one.
I love that one.
Yeah, another one is The Muse. That one's really good. And I Got Loaded is a really good one. But honestly, I haven't really heard them play a bad song. So if you're a fan of acoustic music, Americana, catchy music, or just music in general, make sure you check these guys out. Also, make sure you let them know that Little Red and the Medicated Moose sent you.
Here's someone that I love. Her name is Esme Patterson, and I found her on YouTube singing with a guy.
Shaky Graves.
Shaky Graves, yeah. Yeah, they were singing a duet together, and it was awesome. Yeah. I mean, their harmonies were spot on, and she's got a really, really unique sound and great chemistry. If you haven't checked it out, you should go there and check it out.
Dearly Departed, that's the one she's
Dearly
talking
Departed.
About. We love that song.
Dearly Departed, yep. So then I looked her up separately because her voice is awesome, and I came across a song called What Do You Call a Woman, which is just a badass song. You know, she's very straightforward with her lyrics, and it's funny because when I saw her in Omaha on stage, she seemed more...
she's like shy and reserved almost.
Yeah, off stage.
Yeah.
On stage, she rocks. You know, she's playing guitar and just really getting into the music, and then she gets off stage and she's just this quiet little shy thing, or so it seems, you know, until you get to know her, I suppose. But
yeah, it was cool. I mean, after her show, she was really nice. We got to meet her. You got to buy a T-shirt from her. She was
super humble.
Super nice.
I mean, very personable.
Yeah.
She's really sweet. So I got a T-shirt from her. It's awesome.
Badass T-shirt.
She has a new album that came out. I just bought. We Were Wild is what it's called. I listened to every song on there already.
Yeah. It's an amazing album. I listened to it with you. It's freaking amazing. I'm a huge fan of, like, No River is the new one she has with the video. Which one did you like off of it?
Oh, you're gonna make me choose, huh? Well, I have two favorite. Can I pick two?
You can pick as many as you want.
Okay, so one of them I love is called Find It, and it's basically about like finding
like
what you're
finding it,
whatever it is for you. Find it, damn it. It can be anything.
I like that.
So that's what that one's about, and then We Were Wild is another one that I like.
Title track.
Just about being who you are, being wild. That's what we were born to do. Don't be afraid of being you. So. But they're all great. I mean, it's hard to even choose
again, yeah, I haven't heard a bad song on the entire CD. We
No.
listened to it front and back. Really, really solid CD. But if you haven't heard of her yet, you will really, really shortly.
Oh, yeah.
She's set to be famous, if you
Famous?
will. Famous.
Go, Esme.
So go, Esme. Go check out her CD and, find her on YouTube. Let her know that that Little Red and the Medicated Moose sent you. All right, the last thing I want to tell you about, or we want to tell you about, because I have the microphone, is about a guy that I found about let me start.
Do you want me to take the mic?
No.
Okay.
Anyways, this is about a guy that I found out, he was about a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know this, and I know Tiffany knows this, I'm a big WWE wrestling nerd.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah. I watch it all the time, every Monday. Now it's going to be live on Tuesdays. I'm a huge nerd. I'm basically awesome. I've been watching it since I was a kid, and I was listening to the Stone Cold podcast. Stone Cold was interviewing fellow wrestler / MMA fighter / farmer / badass Brock Lesnar. They were talking about all sorts of wrestling nerd stuff that I was geeking out about. Then Lesnar took the time and stopped and then started to tell everyone about his new favorite musician. His name was Colter Wall. And if the Beast from the East likes it, I'm gonna check it out.
Nice.
So I looked him up and oh my god, I was blown away. This kid is 20 years old. And he has the voice of a weathered, experienced, 65-year-old man. Think like Johnny Cash reincarnated. Yeah, reincarnated. He's like a young Canadian kid, though, with a blonde mustache, which is an interesting choice on his part. The coolest thing about it is this guy is just starting out, and he's just now starting to get noticed. I bought his only album. It's an EP entitled Imaginary Appalachia, which is tough to say, especially on a podcast. And I was blown away. He's such a haunting gift of a voice. I mean, his music is the type that if you put it on, you can think about your life while having quite a few drinks. I cannot tell you how excited I am to hear, and see what happens to this guy as he rises to the top. And trust me, this type of talent deserves to rise to the top. Be sure you check him out on YouTube. Look up songs like Sleeping on the Blacktop and Devil Wears a Suit and Tie. And make sure you buy his EP, Imaginary Appalachia. Make sure you let Colter know that Little Red and the Medicated Moose sent you when you check him out. If you have some suggestions for things that we love, or we might love, let us know by email, Facebook, or Twitter. I'm not going to tell you again because you guys got it already.
Round and round we're circling, the same old shit we just stepped in. It's all a big game. Follow the leader, take a different path, and call you a cheater. Stop and get out, or just keep riding.
Our inspirational person this week is actor and all-around badass Harrison Ford. I'm a huge movie nerd as well as a wrestling nerd, but one of my fictional heroes, a few of them were Indiana Jones and Han Solo. But after I found out how amazing the actor was behind the scenes, Harrison Ford is also one of those heroes now. He was born July 13th in 1942, so the only reason I mention that is happy early birthday, Mr. Ford. He was always interested in acting, but he dropped out of college and became a carpenter because he really needed to pay the bills. He didn't give up on what he loved, though, just because he had a day job. He kept trying to get acting jobs. He wallowed in smaller, insignificant roles until he was about in his mid to late 30s. He got cast in the movies the classics, American Graffiti, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Needless to say, his life changed after that, but, through all the money and the fame, he stayed a completely grounded person. He's a private pilot, both on fixed wing and helicopters, whereas this is most known because of his recent crash, which he broke his pelvis and his ankle. What should have really been in the news is that, when he used his helicopter to help deliver nurses, doctors, and medical supplies to Haiti after the disaster, and then he sat there and he used his fame to raise money for the affected people of the country as well. He's also come to the rescue 2 other times with his helicopter, once for a 22-year-old stranded woman on a mountain and a 13-year-old child who was lost and alone in Yellowstone. He's also part of the Young Eagles, which is a group that's designed to give children a chance to fly in an aircraft, for free. And just to quote him, to be able to see the world in a three-dimensional way and to give them a sense of the possibility that they might enjoy that freedom for themselves. It really helps them work for it, and that's really just a beautiful thing. And here's to you, Mr. Ford. You are an inspirational badass as well as Han Solo. Even if you died in the last movie. Oops, spoilers.
Brian.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, after I just spoiled the latest Star Wars movie, we're gonna move on to our very last section of the show.
Stayed up all night to write a song, one that makes it big and rights all the wrongs.
Last but not least, it's Little Red and the Medicated Moose Band's Artist Spotlight.
Ooh.
This is the part of the show where we can put an artist in our spotlight, our spotlight.
Our spotlight.
In their own little spotlight. Big spotlight.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's a really big one.
Yeah.
Can I start over?
That's what she said. No, you keep going.
We will play their music, read their poetry, talk about their new books, or tell you where you can see their latest artwork. The world is full of amazing people that struggle to get anyone to pay attention to the things they create and care about. If you are an artist and would like to share your original art, please email us at lrmmshow@gmail.com.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to tell them about our artist of the week. Our featured artists this show come from our birthplace of Sioux City, Iowa. Good old Sioux City, Iowa. The Number 7 Band. They're amazing musicians. Yeah, and all around good dudes. They're releasing a new album called Here to Stay. That's Here, the Number 2 Stay. August 25th at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Sioux City, Iowa. So be sure to get your asses to the show. If you're anywhere near the Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota tri-state area, you won't regret it. These guys put on an amazing show. If you need a warm-up for that show, they're also playing at the Docks in Sioux City, in downtown Sioux City, on July 23rd. We've been to quite a few of their shows, Acoustic and Electric, and I can tell you that I've never left disappointed. And they've taken it to a whole nother level with this new CD's worth of songs. I was privileged to hear a few of them, and they're amazing. You've heard a couple of them.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
Oh. This song is called One Night Stand. It's off of their new album, Here to Stay. If you like what you hear, you can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/number7band. That's number 7 band, all spelled out. Or on Twitter at number 7 band, again, all spelled out. And go to their website, www.number7band.com, all spelled out, even the 7. So you're going to have to not just hit one key. They'll be telling you there where you can purchase the album and where you can find them next. But be sure to check out our Twitter. We'll have a link to all their stuff as well. So make sure you tell all your friends about this amazing Midwest band. And without further ado, here is Number 7 Bands with One Night Stand off their new album, Here to Stay.
I'm Little Red.
And I'm the Medicated Moose, and we're out of here.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
I got bad intentions. I don't use discretion. I just need a reason to get wild. Girl, your body makes me wanna get real crazy. Will you be my lady for tonight? Stay with me tonight, but I wanna let you know. By the morning light, I'm gonna let you go. requests for my phone. Say that I'm a liar, a worthless, dirty cheater. Maybe I don't need you in my